Away from there now, the Nigerian-born Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala has received a unanimous vote of 4 members of the World Trade Organization to remain for a second term in office. But Dr. Okonjo-Iweala received no opposition to her second tenure candidacy. Earlier today, the General Council of the World Trade Organization held a press briefing to announce Dr. Iweala's re-election and to provide some details on what trade organization interventions and support. Let's take a listen to this.
Today, my state, until we get specifics in terms of what is planned, I think it will be a bit premature to try to pronounce on these issues. We look forward to working with the administration. We are grateful to the administration we worked with now. We are looking forward to working with the new administration. I think we should come into things with a very constructive and creative approach to trying to deal with the issues that we face the world trading system. Of course, we would like to make sure that we don't have a situation in which we have any kind of trade disputes that are detrimental to the functioning of the world trade system. So that I think we can say. But beyond that, I think we should wait and for actual policies. So far, we have not seen that. And we're very much looking forward to working in a productive fashion. Let me just say that the appointment of Mr. Greer, we look forward to working with him. We would like to make sure we take a constructive and creative approach to trying to solve whatever issues. In responding to what you said, I'm an ally of everyone. WTO has 166 members, and I hope they all believe I'm their allies. So that's what I can say to you. And that I will work with each and every member. I think you heard what members have said. I think there were 75 interventions today across a very broad spectrum, from developing to developed countries. And each and every one of them said that they've been working with me and they look forward to doing that. So I look forward to being there as an ally to every member. We need to get members to work with each other and to talk to each other. And I think we've been achieving that at the WTO. So we hope to continue to do that. And I look very much forward to working with Mr. Greer. Yesterday in my statement, I made some suggestions, which is that I think that we should, in Geneva, try to deal with the legacy issues. When I say that, I mean, let us try to conclude on those negotiations that have been pending for some time, and leave only 1 or 2 files for the ministerial so that ministers can really focus their attention. The dispute settlement system, if we've not completed, should be something that at MC14 we should take. I'm not saying we should wait till we get there. I want us to do all the work beforehand so that ministers can bless an outcome there. Agriculture definitely need to make a breakthrough there, because we're talking food security, we're talking livelihoods in many developing countries. Those are certainly 2 I would like to see. Before that, we have a lot of work to clear up fisheries and investment facilitation for development. We have development issues, LDC graduation. We've got special and differential treatment discussions that are going on how to enhance that in some of our agreements. So I could go on and on, but I will also give you my remarks so you can really see what the forward-looking agenda. And then at MC14, I would like to see us spend a bit more time on some of these new opportunities, these forward-looking issues. Can ministers have conversations about how we deal with the new industrial policies, the issue of level playing field? How do we solve that? That is a problem that confronts us. Do we look at some of our existing agreements, like the subsidies and countervailing measures? Are they still fit for purpose? Can ministers discuss that and see the way forward? Do we look at environmental and issues on climate change? So there's a whole policy space for industrialization. There's an exciting agenda that we also want them to engage in at MC40. So I think my appointment has been vetted. That's what I have to say. There's a government in place. They participated in the process. So I feel a little odd. So I feel I've been vetted. I think that I look very much forward to working with President Trump, with all the new people who will be appointed. I'm eager for it because I think that the U.S. What I want to say is threefold. One, the WTO and its rules underpin 75 to 80% of global goods trade. And I don't think anyone has challenged that. I think there's a general recognition that the organization needs to be supported and to keep going because this is a hefty amount of world trade that is in question. So I'm sure that we would all agree on that. I think the second point is that WTO is much more than even that. On the trade front, we've got two agreements that underpin product safety and human safety. There's the technical barriers to trade agreement and the sanitary and phytosanitary agreement. I know this sounds very techy and not talked about, but the point is, here is a place where people, businesses can trade with confidence because they know that there's the agreements governing the standards of the products that go all over the world, and it rests here, and the safety. So I think we would see eye to eye on that because I don't think there's any leader who would not want to have this safeguard. And it's a very important part of the WTO that is not often spoken about but is vital. I know the United States values it. I think that one of the important things about the WTO is it's one of the few multilateral organizations where each member has an equal voice. Each member. So whether it's the voice of the United States or the voice of Mali or the voice of Samoa, they're all equal. And we're quite proud of that. Is it easy to work or run an organization where everyone has an equal voice? The answer is no, but we hope that members will use their equal voices to be able to dialogue with each other. Of course, we see emerging trade disputes that are coming in, and members are asking for consultations on these various disputes, but that's what's good at the WTO. We offer a forum and a venue where members can actually bring their differences and their disputes and be able to deal with them in a more cooperative manner. And we're seeing them using this system. So this is what we would encourage members. Whatever the case may be, whatever policy there is, we would want them to come to dialogue about it, to not react immediately, but to use the tools and the fora provided by the WTO to talk to each other first and try to solve the problems rather than come up with another policy immediately. So, yes, there may be increasing disputes, but yes, we have the forum to handle them. And I think the US is using this as well as any other member. So that's the way that I think, I hope things will continue in that direction. With respect to costs, I think that our last budget, the membership, we're very grateful because they were able to offer us the first increase in the budget in 12 years, and we have said we will work within that available budget. So operationally, there may be stresses, but I think we'll be okay. We'll be able to manage and juggle. With respect to private sector financing, we don't really have that. This is not something that at the WTO Secretariat it's not one of our sources. So just to make clear that that's the case. And on AI governance, the new unit we have created is quite exciting. We're excited about it. We hope it will be up and running. I think we're about to conclude the recruitment of the head of the unit in the next couple of weeks. And you saw our report, Trading with Intelligence. We believe that AI will have a very important role to play. We trade in three ways: reducing trade costs, increasing the productivity of tradables, and actually maybe changing the nature and creating new tradable goods and services as we go forward, just to cite 3 examples. So we are quite excited, and that's why we have this unit to help us move with the process as we go forward.